Greensburg, Pastor Nate here. Let me ask you a question. It has been an insane week, an insane couple of weeks. Every single day the news has changed. Every single day something in our life has been altered, and all kinds of effects have rocked our worlds. And I want to ask you a question in light of all that. What are you doing with your new normal?
Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum.
Well, Greensburg, these are some extremely strange times, are they not? But as I have been ministering in this time and just trying to figure out how you pastor in a city that's shut down to people that you can't really have any connection the same way that we did before. As I've been trying to work that over in my mind, I got to be honest with you, I started out with a few different emotions in it. I haven't been afraid of this in any way at any point. I haven't worried about it really at any point in all this. I have experienced, first of all, sadness just for the idea that this is going on. Sadness that all of these people are going through what they're going through right now. Just talking to people and listening to them tell stories of the burdens that they are shouldering, and tell stories of the worries that they're experiencing and the anxiety that they're fighting with, and just all of that. And it's been kind of heavy to think about. Another emotion that I felt is absolutely overwhelmed. I felt overwhelmed with the kinds of decisions that we've had to make. I remember that first week that we as a church decided that we would not meet together, and the emotional turmoil that was, and trying to think through, how can you be a church, a community of believers that gathers together? That's the way we defined it before all this. For the sake of being disciples, how can you not meet together and be that? And I struggled with that for a while, and the idea of, where does faith take over from just being smart about certain things, and how do you listen to the government but then also listen to the God that you believe in, and all this different stuff. And as I went back and forth with it, I also realized that those decisions then trickled down even further from that to when I'm getting groceries, what do I do to properly protect myself and be careful there? But not only that, but those little people running around my house, my kids, how do I protect them from all this? Because we all suffer from asthma in our home, and are susceptible, according to the statistics, of people that will have a bad time with this. So how do I protect those kids, and how do I be smart about all this? But then on top of that, the weight of, how do you manage your house now? Isn't that confusing right now? How do you manage all the things that you're supposed to do as a family in this new setting? Because for a lot of people, that break of work and that break up of life is not there anymore. And then how do you plan for the future, and how much should you worry about the future in all this? Did you know that there are 37,000 reporters in work in news organizations today in the United States? That's incredible to think about. Therefore, I submit to you that there are plenty of people reporting the news. With there being so many people that have such a negative outlook and such a negative view in all this, I'm looking really, really hard for the silver linings in this, because there are plenty of things to get us discouraged and plenty of things to hold us down right now. Plenty of bad news out there. So what is it that I can do with this time that I've been given? Because regardless of how I feel, regardless of what I think, this is reality, and this is what we have to figure out. So what is it that I can do to change my reality or accept my reality? So what I'm going to do for you today is share my top 5 perspectives of how we can walk through this social distancing time in the city of Greensburg. Why is it a plus? Let's look for the silver lining. Silver lining number 1 in this time of social distancing that I can find is the idea of Greensburg local takeout. I'm a huge fan of Greensburg restaurants. You know that, you've seen that. There's plenty of places to eat around here and a lot of great things, but I find myself craving local Greensburg restaurants quite a bit right now because of the fact that I know that I'm eating more at home and I'm cooking more food and you know, just dealing with all that. One of my silver linings, my great things that we get to experience in this time of quarantine is that for me personally, I was running like crazy. I've had so much on my plate and been doing so much and found myself so busy. In fact, I don't know that I would have described myself as busy, but now in this time, as things have slowed down, I've realized that I definitely was busy. And I've been given this incredible gift that I am treasuring more than anything, and that is time spent with my family. Oh my goodness, I am loving getting to be home with my kids and experiencing time with my wife and us together. Plus, number 3 that I'd like to point out is it is getting warmer out here, and warm weather with more time spent with the family, that's a good combination. And I know this probably ties into a couple of other points, but I think it's worth mentioning also. And I've heard it not just from me that I think it, but I hear a lot of people saying this. But all this change has brought in a different pace in life, and that's been very much welcomed in this whole thing also. Now, the number 5 silver lining that I see in this time is something that some of you may not see as a silver lining. In fact, some of you, this is the source of the anxiety for you, but I want to challenge you to take it and to twist it a little bit and turn it on its head and really think about it from this perspective. But the number 5 silver lining that I see is that we get to create a new normal. Nothing's normal. I mean, we wake up and the news is different every single day, and the things that we're supposed to do are different every single day, and the jobs are different every single day, and everything seems to be changing so much, and it's shaken up this normalcy, it's shaken up the structure of life, and it seems discouraging. But at the same time, all those things that I said, man, I'd really like to do this, but I just don't have the time, or I'd really like to get involved in that, but I just don't see the time. All of a sudden, my schedule's been completely ripped away from me, and I get to create this new normal. Consider it. You can take everything that you were doing, and with all of the obligations and all that taken away from you right now, you get to create a new normal. So what is your new normal going to be? What is it that you have wanted to get involved in, or you've wanted to do, and you just haven't had the time, or you haven't had the energy, or you just haven't had the chance? Now's the time. Now you have the energy, and now's the chance. So Greensburg, there's a lot of bad news going on right now. A lot of things happening every single day, and we're not going to be able to change that. We're just going to make it through it, and we're going to get through it by banding together and supporting each other and lifting each other up. And that's my goal. My goal is just to encourage you to keep going, because regardless of how bad it gets, there's always a silver lining, and there's always positives that we can look at. These are my choice of my 5. I encourage you to leave some down in the comments below. Let's talk about it, because what I've discovered in all this is that even over social media and these distant places, community is really, really important, and communicating with each other and connecting with people is absolutely vital in this time. So Greensburg, keep your head up, keep going. We've got this. We're going to make it through it. And remember, this is my city, Greensburg.